Greetings and welcome to another episode of His Will for Your Life. I am your host, Sherry Levon Harris, and I have joining me tonight is Dr. Adrian Goodwin and her daughters, Madison and Mia. Dr. Goodwin holds a few titles, and that of a newly found title is of an author. And so we hope that you would join us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We have two young girls on as well, her daughters. They are 7 or 8, I can't remember, but they are lovely twins. And so we hope that you will stay tuned and be a part of this podcast tonight. We'll be right back.
His will for your life with Cherie Harris. This is your weekly Wednesday 7 p.m. podcast. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Informative, hot topics, testimonies, interviews, along with your weekly guests and more. And now here's your host, Cherie Harris.
Greetings and welcome back to His Will for Your Life. Again, I'm your host, Sherry Levon Harris, and we have Dr. Adrian Goodwin and her lovely daughters, Madison and Mia. We're going to give you an opportunity to share who you are and what you do, and as well as introduce your lovely daughters to our audience.
Good evening, and thank you again for having us back. You just continue to do amazing work within the community, all that you do. I don't know how you find time for this.
I don't either.
But thank you for creating a platform for entrepreneurs, for speakers and preachers, and those that are just venturing out into finding their purpose. So thank you once again for having me. I am Dr. Adrian Goodwin. I am a detective, professor, speaker, and newly children's author of Twins in the City. Let's learn about police officers, and we're going to get into that later on. With me, I have my amazing daughters. Make sure I point to the right one. This is Madison. They're 8, and this is Mia.
Awesome. So I'm going to start off interviewing you first, asking you some questions as it relates to the book. And then I want to speak to the children to get their take on all of this. And I know this is their first time, so this is exciting for me and for them. And so I'm just going to start off asking you, what inspired you to write a children's book?
So the first inspiration came from my students at John Jay College, where I am a professor at. I teach police and diversity at the college. And I would get students that would come into the classroom, we would introduce ourselves, and they would say things like, I've never met a police officer. Uh-huh. I've never met a female police officer. I've never met a detective before. Okay. And I said to myself, they're 21, they're 22, and they never had an interaction with a police officer, positive or negative.
Right.
And I said, law enforcement is missing a huge opportunity to engage with the community early on. And then about 2 years ago, Madison asked the question, what else do police officers do? Like, I know that they catch the bad guys, but what else do they do? So I thought this was a great opportunity to take that question, take those statements, and put it into a children's book that can educate, inspire, inform, and hopefully to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community, starting with our very young, in hopes that one day they will be police officers like myself. I am the first police officer in my family.
Awesome.
I didn't have anyone to kind of navigate this big old world. I had to kind of figure it out and find mentors along the way. And also one of the characters in the book is my husband, and he's also a police officer as well. So, I think that's kind of unique to the African-American police officers with daughters who kind of get to see the backside of what law enforcement do, right? The homework and getting ready for bed, and they see us getting ready for work and things like that. But just wanted to humanize what we do, but also add some color for young children.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about the book and the message you hope to convey to young readers?
Yeah, so the message is very, very simple. I just want to inspire our young generation to see police in a different light. I want to change your perception on how our youth feel about police so that later on, we don't really have those difficult conversations. We will, right? But let's, how can we mitigate that by going into the community early on and having these healthy dialogues with our young boys and our young girls so that they can say, hey, Officer Smith helped me. I saw her at the bank. I saw her at the community, right? I don't want to hear the statements of, I don't like police at 3 and 4 years old. Right? That's troubling when I hear that from a young child. So definitely want to disrupt the way that young people feel. And through this book, it is. I think this book is such a wonderful illustration of what law enforcement is in the communities that they serve. You can see a police officer like me, curly hair. You can see a police officer wearing a hijab, wearing a turban. All these different diversities and ethnicities that exist in our communities that I think we truly, truly need to highlight in order to make a difference.
Great. You kind of answered this question, but I'm going to ask it again. How did you come up with the characters and the setting for your book?
So this idea was, the seed was dropped 5 years ago, and all I had was twins in the city. That was it. That was the working title, was these two right here.
Yes.
Was my children. And then as time went on, the characters developed. I had the idea of twins in the city. Then I said, you know what? As I was teaching a lesson on, I believe it was Middle Eastern Americans, and one of the students said, I never saw a police officer wearing a hijab. I'm like, that's a character that needs to be in the book.
Okay.
As time went on, these characters begin to develop, and I begin to see them clearly and how important it is. And my husband and I did we did a career day at a school, and there was a young lady that approached the table, and she said, I would like to be a police officer, but how can I? Like this. And she pointed to her hijab. And I looked at Chris and I said, wow, this is why we are writing the book, because this high school student does not know at her age that she too can be a police officer. Just how open and inclusive law enforcement is today. It wasn't as inclusive as it was when I came on many, many moons ago.
Right.
I love the diversity that law enforcement is beginning to shape into, and the importance that it has in our landscape.
Awesome. What was your favorite part in writing this book?
My favorite part was trying to develop their characters. I had to kind of get approval from Mia and Madison, and we worked with the illustrator, and I sent them pictures of them, some of their favorite pictures, and Madison would go, I'm a little taller, and Mia would go, I'm taller than her, and change my eyes. And
wow,
we wanted to highlight their favorite colors. Madison, your favorite color is, who are you in the book?
So I'm the character in the red.
And you are the what?
I am the character in the purple, because purple is my favorite color and red is Max's favorite.
Awesome.
So I wanted to make sure that I highlighted things that were important to them. And one of their friends read the book and she said, I know who's who. Red is Madison and purple is Mia. So
wow,
that's how they're being identified. But definitely developing their character was probably one of the most memorable parts of the book.
What do you want children to take away, or what do you hope that they will take away from reading this book?
I want them to have positive images, number one. I want this book to build character. This book to build communities,
Mm-hmm.
and I want this book to build communication, healthy communication
Mm-hmm.
around the importance of our community helpers,
Right.
right? Because police are here to stay.
Right.
So let's start the dialogue now and let's continue it. So every organization, every parent, every auntie, every uncle, every library institution, educational, law enforcement agencies,
Mm-hmm.
everyone can utilize
Mm-hmm.
this book in
Mm-hmm.
their curriculum. And it's going to change communities one child at a time.
Awesome. Amazing. All right. How can children show respect towards police officers for their hard work in the community? Because we get so much backlash.
Yeah, you know what's so funny that you said that. This past weekend, I had to go on patrol. So, I'm a detective, so detectives normally don't wear uniforms.
Right.
I had to put on a uniform and go into patrol into a high crime area. This is where they sent us.
Mm-hmm.
And contrary to what people would think and feel about police, every person that walked past us said, "Thank you."
Wow.
And there was a little boy that said, "Thank you for your service." And
Wow.
he handed me a pamphlet for church.
Wow.
And I took a picture of it and I posted on my Instagram. Like, this is what people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
It's the saying thank you. It's even just saying hello.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you show your appreciation.
Wow.
So just to see that, just to see people from all walks of life, from young to old,
Mm-hmm.
walk by and just appreciate the fact that we were even there and to thank us. So hello goes a long way. Hello with a smile.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Lastly, before I get to the children, do you have any fun anecdotes or stories to tell as it relates to writing and publishing this book?
Any fun stories? I have to think of a fun story. That's a good question. I'm trying to think. There's been so many great moments in creating this project.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the fun moments are just the illustration, the illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably enjoyed that part so much more.
Because it starts to come to life.
Yeah, it is. Like, to have a thought and then to execute on that thought.
Yes.
Then hand over your manuscript to someone and then you bring it to life.
Right.
And I'll tell you something, a transparent moment. This morning, my illustrator asked her to create some coloring copies so that I can hand out to the kids at book reading. So she sent it over yesterday, and I knew that this was the last piece of requests that I had because we are at the finish line. And as I was typing an email to her, I got emotional. I'm like, I just feel like you are a part of my life. Mm-hmm. You are a part of my journey. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be a published author.
Right.
Because of her creativity, her insight. And we've been working on this book for almost a year.
Wow.
And she responded, she's like, this has been the most impactful partnership I've ever had.
Awesome.
So it has been a wonderful journey.
Wow.
The children's author.
Wow. Well, I'm not finished with you yet, but I am going to go over to your daughters and we're going to come back to you. Ladies, you ready? Either one of you can answer this question. What do your parents do as police officers?
They help people around the whole world, and they help keep the world safe and a better place.
Awesome. Madison.
Like Mia said, I like how they protect the world, and I like that I know I have two parents who can protect me at the same time. Yeah.
That's a good answer. Yes. Yeah. All righty. Have you ever gone on a ride along or visit to your mom or dad's job?
I think our mom's one time. Yeah, because it was bring your child to work day.
Okay. And how was that experience?
It was good. It was fun.
Awesome. So come on, give me a little more. What?
I forgot. I forgot about that.
Did she turn on the sirens?
Yeah, the last time we were there, we went to the precinct. This was probably like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So don't remember.
Yeah.
But I had them go into the car and turn on the siren to kind of see the back end of it, to go to the office. So it was pretty cool to take a tour.
Have you ever considered walking into your mom and dad's footsteps of becoming police officers yourself?
One time.
One time.
Just 20.
Why or why not? So you said you thought about it and what?
So I thought about it, but I every day I keep on thinking about it. Should I be one or should I not? Because I don't know if I should be one or not.
Okay. All right, Mia.
What do you think? Do you want to be a police officer?
I thought of that one time.
Okay.
And I started doing like this other thing, and now I like that. So now I want to be like that.
Like what?
Like
piano.
Wow, awesome.
I started doing piano lessons, and then I started to like it. So I don't really know if I want to be like try to be a pianist or like police officer.
There is a police officer who has gone viral. He's out there now. He's a police officer in Richmond, Virginia, and he also plays the piano and sings. He sings, and he's also an officer. So you may be able to do both. What you think? Yeah.
We'll leave the hard work up to you.
Right. What are some ways you and your family help mom and dad in their field of being police officers?
Honestly, like they're always there for them and help them out.
Okay.
That's it. So
you kind of help me as a professor. What do you do sometimes during the semester?
Me and my sister will grade the test. Yeah. And I like how sometimes every year for my siblings, we usually go give food to the homeless at Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Help the community and feed the homeless. They actually help like a lot around the world.
Really?
It's so good to have police officers around because they could protect you. Especially the book, Twins in the City, now kids know they can be anything they want. Police officers, even people who have good jobs can be police officers.
You guys are very, very intelligent for 8-year-olds.
No matter how you look, you can be whatever you want.
All right now. Awesome. How do you feel about being a part of this children's book?
I feel good. I feel good that I'm a part of it because like sometimes I don't even feel like I'm a part of something. So I like that I'm a part of a book. I'm so happy that my mom made it. When I heard she was making this book, I was like, I get to be in something? And I was like, so
they both have your personality.
Yes.
This is amazing. How do your friends feel about the book?
Okay, so I have a BFF. Her name's Soraya. She feels really good. She read it before. She says it's a really good book. Good education.
Right. Do your friends support the fact that your parents are police officers? You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have some good friends then.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you want children to take away from this book that your mom has written?
So I want them to take away from the book that like no matter how you look, you can be anything you want. And I want them to take away about not liking police officers because police officers actually help everyone. They help protect you.
Wow. You guys are amazing. I feel like I'm talking to teenagers. Okay, so now I'm going to give you this opportunity to promote your mom's book. So why should both young and old read this book? Why should they purchase this book?
They should. You can go first. You can go first. They should purchase this book because it's good education for all kids out there.
Okay, hold it up some more so we can see the title and everything. Yes, Twins in the City. Let's learn about police officers. Awesome. Awesome. How does it feel to hold it in your hand?
It feels good. I'm so happy that it's done.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Because that was a long journey.
All right. You guys are, wow. You're one. I need to have you guys on the show by yourselves. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love that. I think June is you're getting booked now, so I better get you early. June is children, about children. I think it's Year to Children, the month of June. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yes, it is.
It's been a great journey just for them to say, my mom is an author. Mia took the book to school and had her teacher read it before I even published it.
Wow.
I had the copy. So they're just really proud just to kind of see the process, the behind the scenes, trying to do the work in between work, right? Trying to balance it all, so to speak. So to see it come to life and see their picture on the front, I just want to just take this opportunity to just encourage them, build their confidence,
right? Their
public speaking, journey.
Yeah.
Journey with me to schools and do readings, because that's what I'm gonna have them do. Readings with the book. So I'm just excited just about all of the amazing opportunities that exist for me.
Yeah, kudos to you, Mom, and also Dad. They are very intelligent. They speak very well. Their presence is just amazing. Of how they're presenting themselves, and they're speaking with sense. I don't feel like I'm speaking to 8-year-olds, but at the same time, they're still humble as children. And that's the blessing of it all. But we're going to go on, continue. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate your input. Feel free to jump in anytime you feel like you want to say something, okay? But now I'm going to go back to your mom, and we're just going to finish talking about your book and what else that you're doing that you want people to follow, people to purchase, because you're doing a lot. You're doing a plethora.
You know what? I think for me, creating this book, I had a foresight as to what this project would initially do, or what it would be. And I knew that it would be a springboard for something amazing. And I think God was just waiting for me to like fully show up and kind of like do the work prior to, and really just stepping into who I am as an individual. Because I think for a lot of women or people, we find a hard time trying to define or redefine what our purpose is in life. And it takes people longer than others, and that's okay, because I think everyone just needs to embrace their journey and what that looks like. And I think when women really begin to embrace their confidence, and that looks different for everyone, right? Confidence could be, I'm going to change my hair. Confidence could be, I'm going to buy myself a new set of clothes, right? Whatever it is that's going to make you feel good as a person, get you that one step closer, is important, because confidence brings about action, I believe. When you feel confident in yourself, you take on things, right? You become bold, you become brave, you become, you're just irritated to greatness, because there's something inside of you, but that confidence kind of fuels those burning desires. And I think that was for me, like really just showing up in my authentic self, really loving who I am, doing the work, showing up, doing the work, and birthing this project. Now everything that I've dreamed about. everything that I imagined 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Right.
Journals of just writing what my purpose is, and that don't sound right, that don't look right. I don't think, or are you trying to mimic someone else? You're like, that's not you. So just really finding your lane, right, and then staying in that lane. And Madison and Mia did a Instagram live for the first time the other day, and Madison, she just said, she's like, I have a quote, run your race. She said, run your race. He said, no matter if the person is ahead of you, run your race. So I am running my race at my pace, on purpose, passion. I'm telling you, it is such a beautiful feeling to be in this space and then have everything align. But everything's going to align when you show up. It's success.
So is the dog a part of the book? He wants to be in the interview. Let him in. Is he also in the book?
No.
No? Okay. That's why he's feeling like left out. He's like, I'm going to make my entrance. What inspired you to become an officer?
When I look back, and when I discovered Facebook many, many moons ago, there was a classmate from 7th grade that said that's all you talked about was being a police officer. I didn't know that until she shared that with me. I didn't have anyone in my family. I am the first. I married a police officer, so now we, 20, 25 years in law enforcement. But it's been a beautiful journey. Like, I've learned so much about myself. I've built character. I've learned so many different skill sets. It opened up doors that I never would have thought that are there. And I think for a lot of kids, they just don't understand they just don't know, they're not aware of all of the opportunities that exist in law enforcement. We see the bad guys, cops chasing the bad guy and all the negativity on media. But there's over like 200 units within law enforcement. You can teach, you can be in technology, you can do the droids, you can be a equestrian, you can ride horses, you can be in a law department. I always tell people to bring your skill set, like bring who you are, find a space. You have to do the work, the groundwork. Right. But then find a space for you to thrive as an individual within law enforcement, where you can leave your imprint and make a difference within the community. And I think for me, I found my way. I did patrol. I did street narcotics enforcement unit. So I wore plain clothes and did drug busts, believe it or not. I'm knocking down people's doors. Little old me. Right. I worked in the detective squad. So the same thing you see, like special victims and things of that nature, investigating cases. And then about 13 years ago, I joined the negotiation team, which is a very small, specialized team. So within the New York City Police Department, there are about 32,000 police officers. Okay. And within this unit, there's only about 100 trained hostage negotiators. So I served as a hostage negotiator, crisis negotiator for the last 12 years. And that has just been instrumental in my walk in life, and just how I operate is utilizing those negotiation skills. And as I be transitioning into retiring within the next year and a half, I'll go more into business negotiations. But, going through this career has been a journey, but it's been fruitful. I have amazing opportunities of being dignitary protection for heads of states coming in to the United Nations, right? Little old me. These opportunities I didn't see. I didn't see this in the beginning, but it evolves as you evolve as a police officer.
Your mother said she prayed you off those streets.
She prayed me off those streets. I'm like, I'm good. Today was a good tour. It was good. Every day is not the same day. But yes, and then as my career progressed, the fear subsided. So we are grateful. We are grateful for that.
So what's next for you? And before I go on to that, what age group is this book for?
So the age group is 4 to 8 years old.
4 to 8.
4
okay.
To 8.
Okay.
Yep, 4 to 8, and the talks can be tailored to elementary, to middle school, to high school, to college, right? Because it's all about building character, communities, and communication. So that's where I'm looking to, continue to thrive in those different arenas.
Right.
This book, because it's going to open up those opportunities. So yes.
What's next for you?
So I said, I'm always giving you like the exclusive.
You do. I love it.
Well for Your Life podcast. Always. I think I probably purposely just save it for you because it's so genuine, and I just love
Thank you.
that we have. So, like I said, this book is a launching pad.
Okay.
So I have birthed a company, which this book will fall underneath, and that will be my brand going forward, as I am creating it now, but it is signed, sealed, and delivered.
Right.
I am the CEO of Little Civility Academy.
Wow.
So I am excited about that. It's about building character, building communities, communication, civility within our schools, so that we can live right amongst one another respectfully, and be able to share our thoughts and feelings constructively. So I'm just looking forward to building that out. So that is the tea. That is the tea. So I finished this project.
You don't do too much tea.
I said I finished this project, and I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna need someone to help build this one. I can't do this again.
Yeah, it's like one I have now that I can't let out because it's in the middle of it's been registered, but I need to in my hand trademark before letting it out, and it's too big for me. So I did have to solicit some people, and they were like, "Yes, I want to be a part of this." Investors, because it's big. And so
definitely. I think for us, we're probably the same. We just kind of want control over the project, and it's hard for us to let that go.
Yeah.
But then, like, I really want people that's attached to the vision, that really see how valuable this project, this movement could be, and really jump on board now, because I can definitely use the help in curriculum development. Just the back end of tech and just kind of building out the software.
Right.
I have big visions, but I know that I can't do it by myself. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're the same in that area. And we want people rowing with us and not poking holes while we're rowing.
Right.
Yes. Well, I am so glad that you have embraced us, and that you have braced us with your presence as well. And I'm so excited for you and all the things that Yah has for you. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy for your children. They are little yous, and I see them going places as well as promoting your book. Is there anything else that you want to share before we leave?
Yes. So I want you to back the book. That means I want you to support the book. How can you support Twins in the City? Let's Learn About Police Officers is either booking a reading at your school, speaking events, youth events, you name it, tours, looking to partner with other organizations that align with our message, that definitely want to get behind community and diversity. Let's partner up. You can follow me at twinsinthecitybook.com. I have my media kit ready. I have everything ready to go. And I'm looking for brands that align with my message, that's looking to do great work within the community, so that we can build community relationships, so that we can build character, and so that we can disrupt, right, that communication that we have and really foster healthy relationships within our community. So that's the book part. But me, how can you book me? You can book me for your keynotes. You can book me for your speaking events, your leadership development. I will bring it. Ton of information, tons of knowledge and expertise in the field of building community relationships, diversity and inclusion. So just reach out, twinsinthecitybook.com, and you can follow me on Instagram at Real Talk Adrian. And you can also go to LinkedIn at Adrian Goodwin, and you can see my bio and all the work that I continue to do within and around the community. So thank you once again.
Amazing. I just love you. And you're authentic, and you're a go-getter. And I appreciate that about you. I'm just so excited for you and where you're going to go next. I just see this going. But don't leave after this. After we go live, I want to share some things with you. And then that's it. Guys, thank you for watching this podcast. Please go out and support her, book her. You won't be disappointed. She can speak on any topic, but get her book. Have her come to speak to your school if you're a principal, if you're in family resources department at your school, whatever, wherever there are children, please book her.
Can I just say one last thing? I have a book signing coming up. So if you're in the tri-state area, come on down. June 4th, we will be at Swirl Bliss in Baldwin. So it is healthy treats and healthy conversations wrapped up into one. So it's going to be dynamic. We have a ton of activities lined up for the kids. So it's a great way to meet and greet, meet myself, meet my husband, who's also the co-author of the book, and Mia and Madison, the twins, the stars of the show. So come on down and meet us. It's June 4th from 1 to 3. And there's a registration link. Just come on and follow us, subscribe, and you will get all the information that you need for the book signing.
How can we purchase your book? Where can we purchase it from?
Yeah, so the book will be available. Well, it's available now on Amazon. So head over to Amazon. Once you get the book and you love it, which I know the first picture is just going to captivate you, go back and leave that review. Your reviews are so important, not just for me, for other interested readers who are looking on Amazon. Please leave your review, whether it's 1 sentence or 3. Just leave something. I will really appreciate that.
Awesome. Thank you. Please go out and purchase this book, you guys. Support our own. Can't stress it enough. Just support our own. Twins in the city. You've met the twins, and they are in the city. And they spoke very well. So if you're just watching, go back and watch the replay, because it will give you a little treat. These are some special young women. And they have some shoes to follow. They do. And so I thank you all again for watching. Please come back next week. It will be the all-male panel. And we're ending this celebration of mothers. And they're going to be speaking on the topic, His Will for Your Life. And so please come back and join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. And thank you guys for watching on a Tuesday. Normally we are on Wednesday, but we will not have a show tomorrow. The show tomorrow is today. So we'll see you next week on the 31st. Have a safe and wonderful holiday. And we'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Please join us again next week for another riveting, informative segment of His Will for Your Life podcast with